Hi guys, welcome to my first podcast. I'm going to try and figure out how to put this on Spotify, but right now it's just going to be on YouTube. But I'm calling this podcast Night Shift with Marley. This first episode, I'm just going to kind of introduce myself and my current guest, which is my husband, Michael. And we're just going to talk about some things. I have a story where we're going to give our advice on. And yeah, I haven't read the story. It's on the subreddit thread, advice. And yeah, so first, love, what is your name? What is your age? Both your Chinese and American zodiac sign. And then a dream vacation.
My name is Michael. I am 28 years old. What are the other things you asked me? I can't remember.
Your zodiac,
I don't even know my... Wait. I am the pig.
Uh-huh.
A wood pig.
And then your American zodiac?
I am a Gemini.
What would you say your dream vacation is?
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Yes, the blue milk is my favorite. We have to allocate money just for that. We have to plan it in the budget. It must be. Blue milk. $500.
Oh my gosh, okay, there's a story with that. I'll tell you guys in a second. My name is Marley. I am 28. I will be 29 this year in November. My American zodiac is a Scorpio, and my Chinese zodiac is a dog. My dream vacation would be somewhere in Asia. I just want to go there. It's just beautiful countries, and yeah. The story about... I have another question, but the story about the blue milk. So this is when me and Michael first decided, like, okay, before we start to, decide to have kids or anything, let's go on a vacation for ourselves. I was like, hey, have you ever been to Disneyland? He said, no, I haven't.
Oh.
Well, I did, but I don't remember it. And so I was like, okay, cool. We went, and I told him about this hype where everyone's like, oh, there's blue and green milk. There's blue and green milk in Star Wars Land. I really want to go and try it. And he's like, that sounds super weird. It sounds gross. I'm like, love, it's probably really good.
Milk.
What?
It wasn't blue milk. It was delicious. It wasn't even milk.
No, it wasn't milk.
No.
But we went back several times. Even on our last day, like, the park was closing. We were running to the blue milk stand, and we got like 4 things of blue milk, and we took it back to our hotel. That was crazy.
They sold us that super light up thing, which kind of like about Disneyland, that it's acceptable to wear something like that, but you can't just be at Walmart wearing some colorful thing like that because it'll look weird. But in Disneyland, no one's gonna judge you. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, it was like a lanyard like cup that lit up, and
You see people with it, you're like, where'd you get that? Where is that from? And you'd be like, Star Wars Land.
Yeah. So we went back several times, and to say that this is like on the top of his list is not like anytime I'm like, oh, where do you want to go for?
We go back there, we're gonna go take a beeline straight there. Screw everything else. Blue milk, where's the line?
So I wanted to ask, this is a weird question. So what do you think people think like your first impression is? Like, what you give off, like, what is your first impression? And then explain to me like what you think people's first impressions of like the other person. Am I making sense? No. Okay, I'll go first. Okay, so the first thing that I feel like people, like, the first impression of me to other people is like I'm spazzy, very high energetic, and like very smiley or very happy, if that makes sense. For you, I feel like the first impression that people get, I feel like maybe it might be cold, weird, and like, I'm not, actually you are a little weird, but
I think I was cool. Well, okay.
Okay, anyway, so, yes, that's, and then, like, I feel like, or, I wouldn't say standoffish, but I feel like you're maybe, like, hard to approach. I feel like that might be, like, the first impression of people would get from you. What do you say for yourself and then about me?
Sad panda. That's what they say.
For you?
Yeah, they say you look like a sad panda. And I was like, no. Just thinking a lot about a lot of stuff. Or like when I approach somebody with a question, they always look at me and they're like wondering if we're gonna say something profound. But it's like a super easy question. Like, I usually start off with a compliment if I don't know somebody. Like if I'm approaching a different office or whatever and I need something, I'll walk in like, what did I say today? Some random person. I was like, I don't know, his hair was kind of crazy. I was like, dang, I like your hair, man. Anyways, and then I'll go into asking what I want to do. Like maps.
So you just like to manipulate people is what you're telling me.
No, that's just the start.
So you start with a compliment and just straight beeline to,
absolutely.
hey, I need something.
Yeah, you initiate a conversation, build a positive first impression with a compliment usually, and then they'll look at you.
Look, this is not what I'm asking
and
them.
they'll pay attention to you, and you're like, cool.
Okay, but
now they're focused on me, and now I can ask them a question.
Michael, I'm not asking that though. I'm asking
First impression
of yourself, the sad panda.
That's I don't know. That's when somebody came over and they're like, "Yeah, look at him. He looks like a sad panda." And I was like, "What?" It's like, "No, I'm just on a lot of medication right now, so I'm very calm."
Okay.
I don't really know what people first think about me because it really depends on
Well, like,
what time of day you get me. If you give me in the morning, I can understand weird because I do talk a lot and I'm trying to control myself to talk. But if it's in the afternoon where like I'm calm, everything's kicked in, that's what I'm like. I'd say cool. People think I'm cool.
I'm gonna burp. Excuse me. Oh, that's...
But I don't think myself as cool.
Oh.
I just think myself as calm. Maybe.
So the first impression that people get of you is calm?
I'd say
and sad panda?
Yeah, sad panda was actually a direct thing because I said, "Look at him, looks like sad panda," and they laughed, and I was like, "Nani? What are you talking about?" Like, I'm not sad.
So, my camera died. We're continuing on. He said that when I was looking for my camera charger, he knows kind of what people think his first.
At least what doctors say. I don't know about normal people.
Oh, okay.
Only because I read the doctor's reports.
Okay, so
they said well-mannered, pleasant. You know, when it says like, and then evaluate long-term, short-term, and then other stuff. So I saw that. I was like, oh, he's okay. Interesting. But I think I agree with you. People do think I'm weird until they get to know me, and they're like, dang, he's dope. No, I'm joking. I think people still think I'm weird.
I love you.
I talk about weird stuff sometimes.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Or like I have
though.
weird moods where like I'm very hostile.
Yeah, you get very aggressive.
And then
reason.
I apologize for it, but it's never directed towards anything. It's more directed towards a theory or like how the way things are. If I was king for a day, things I'd change.
Okay, what do you think people's first impression of me are?
I agree with you completely.
Oh.
Super high, energetic, friendly.
So, I have the story up. It's on the subreddit advice. The user is La Lavandel Tulipe. I'll put the username. But okay. So, I haven't read the story. You're going to hear our advice, and we're going to go from there. It picks up. Our dog goes right here, by the way, so that's what you guys are listening to. If you hear tapping, it's my dog. Michael's doing it. Okay. Anyways. The title is Ex-Fiance Wants to Catch Up After He Left Me at the Altar. How do I proceed? I already know how you should proceed. But anyways.
Pretty easy.
But anyways, okay. Well, exactly what the title states. Also, I'm writing this on mobile. Sorry for any formatting issues. My 28 female ex-fiance. Oh no, so the person is 28 female, and then ex-fiance Derek, quote, is a 32-year-old male. Disappeared the morning of our wedding 2 years ago, evading all attempts to reach him from myself and his family. It was devastating, absolutely soul-crushing. The event turned into a party to distract from the pain of the unknown. Afterwards, I returned to our apartment and slept on the bathroom floor in my wedding dress. Yikes. Okay. It was quite the ugly sight, to be honest. His mother ended up coming to the apartment when she informed me tearfully that Derek had run off with an ex of his. They had apparently reconnected a week prior to the wedding, and he just couldn't go through with it, and he just couldn't go through with it, opting instead to rekindle his relationship with his ex. His family was horrified. I didn't hear from him until 3 months after he left. He called me, apologized, and then revealed that his ex had been hiding his child from him and that he just found out about, and he wanted to be with them. That's pretty much all that was said. I didn't say much. Actually, I think I only said hello. Ugh. The whole situation left me numb. I just didn't care anymore. Thankfully, though, my friends were and continued to be there for me. Through all of this muck, they encouraged me to seek therapy and work on healing, which I'll be honest was terribly difficult. But after a year, I felt myself again. Which brings me to today. After this whole debacle and subsequent self-improvement / rebuilding, I moved to the UK, originally from Australia, for a change in scenery. Last night, I got a message request on Instagram. It was Derek. Hey, with the emoji waving. I've heard you moved to Wales. That's so cool. I'm traveling to Cardiff towards the end of July. Sorry, the formatting is kind of weird. I'm deeply sorry about everything, and I want to discuss what happened leading up to the wedding. I hope I'm not overwhelming you. Let me know if you'd like to talk over lunch. Firstly, no idea who told him about my move. Secondly, I don't know if I crave closure from him, but I also don't want to decide to decline to only layer on regret my decision. Okay. Sorry. So I turn to you strangers of the internet. What should I think about before reaching a decision? Would it be wise to decline, or should I humor him and listen to his quote-unquote reasons? Okay, minor update. Wow, this garnered far more attention than I anticipated, so bear with as I try to navigate all of your advice. Although the general consequences is quite clear, I have learned that an old mutual friend of ours revealed where I moved, and evidently he's been stressing that he needs to tell me something. For the time being, I have decided to simply ignore his message and work through any emerging feelings with my therapist. Thanks. Okay, there's an update as well, but I'm not going to read that yet. What do you think so far?
I think it's pretty easy. For me, anyways.
Yeah, for me too. I feel like it's a clear, like, if you... But, like, this is the one thing that bugs me. It's like when people are like, oh, I have something to tell you. It's like, well, why can't you just tell me over the phone? Or, like, why can't you tell me over text? Why does it have to be in person?
Doesn't bother me none. So what?
I don't know.
Cool.
I feel like he's playing, like, a psychological effect. Or, like, thing on her brain. Because, like, she is saying, like... Because she took a really long time to recover from all of this. And then all of a sudden he's like, hey, I need to tell you something. Let's meet over lunch. And it's just like, why? Just tell me now. If not, then, But understand where she's coming from. Because, they must have had a long relationship or something, sleeping on the bathroom floor, crying in your wedding dress is kind of horrific, in my opinion. So, I don't know. If you were in her shoes, what would you do? You just ignore all of it?
Yeah. I'm not gonna waste any more of my time. I don't value anything you say at that point, regardless if you try to rebuild a relationship or not. Because if you're calling me, it means you feel guilty about it. So if it's like either way, both ways, I would just be like, nah, fam. I wouldn't even respond to it. I was like, that's cute. That's it. Dunzo. And then he's probably like, oh no, but I feel so sorry, dog. I'm like, I wouldn't care what they thought. I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time for a thought.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, why would I? I don't value anything you say.
I don't know. For me, I feel like if it were like if I were in her shoes and that all happened and like it took me like a year and some change or whatever, I'd be like, I don't know. I feel like there would, because if she's not seeing someone already, or if I wasn't seeing someone, because I'm putting myself in her shoes, I would feel like some kind of like hope, but then also not hope. I don't know. It's just me. I think that's like a girl's feeling. And then like also the fact that she talked to a mutual friend or that mutual friend or whatever, and then he like that mutual friend was like, yeah, he needs to tell you something. It's just like, okay, well, what? And I have an inkling that thing, like, what if the ex faked or said that like that's his kid, but it's actually not, you know? And that's the thing that he needs to tell her.
It doesn't matter.
That's true. Because
none of that matters. It's like, if that's not really a friend, because like, why would I let my friend reconnect with somebody like that?
Oh yeah, or like no, it's a mutual friend. It's not like her best friend or something.
It's still mutual friends. Friend, that's not really a friend at that point.
Okay, okay, all right. I'm gonna read the update now. The next update is, hi. So as I mentioned previously, I decided to not respond to his messages a day after I received another message from him, which I won't write out in its entirety. To sum it up, he apologized of how disingenuous.
Yeah, like he's not genuine about it.
Okay, I think that's the word. Sorry, disingenuous. There we go. Yeah. Anyways, I can't read. Essentially, he wanted to discuss that final week before our wedding and why he left without discussing it. I'll be honest, I'm gonna refrain from going into detail about our whole stories here, but I will say my ex-fiance, thank you for the correction by the way, has been diagnosed with avoidance PTSD from past experiences. I feel for him, but I told him that I still couldn't move past being left in a state of limbo for 3 months. Irregardless, ultimately, I agreed to meet him, and I don't regret it. He's not with his ex. I found she's actually since passed away, which is part of the reason that she reached out to me, and yes, the child is his. Ooh. The lunch was short, and in the end, he handled me with an envelope which contained all of the money we spent preparing for the wedding. In all honesty, it was cathartic for me. I've often feared that I'm still subconsciously harboring feelings for him, but the lunch proved I didn't. I've closed that chapter of my life with him, with the woman I was, and now I'm free. Thank you all. Dang, she got money.
Dang, he ran off with the money.
No, he gave it back.
Well, yeah, he did, but I'm saying, like, only because it had a happy ending. But there's a lot of backstory. Like, dude left Alter with money. Deuced it. Because he only contacted because what, he felt guilty. And he probably was trying to start something.
Maybe. I don't know. Wow, that's...
He has what? Separation PTSD, you said?
Avoidance.
Avoidance?
PTSD.
So he's trying to avoid things?
Yeah, I don't know. That will conclude the night shift with Marley. That was really lame, I'm gonna be honest. But I hope you enjoyed the first episode. Look out for the next episode. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing it alone or if I'm gonna do it with my husband. I don't know. Depends. Are you gonna be on the next podcast?
If it is your request, I'll be more than happy to.
See, I have to request him to be here. I don't want to request him. I want him to ask.
So what if I start butting into it?
You can just say, hey, I want to be on the podcast, and be like, okay.
That's what we're gonna talk about.
Maybe scary stories next.
Maybe.
I have some scary stories that I really want to read, so.
Oh, scary stories are good.
Yeah. So.
You could add some thrill to it.
Okay, well, thank you guys for tuning in and getting to know me and my husband. Stay tuned for the next podcast. I appreciate you guys. I'm so sorry. I was stuttering and not being able to read stuff. I will be better. Anyways, thank you guys. Bye.